Over the years, America has witnessed country-shredding diseases such as cholera, smallpox, tuberculosis, and typhoid fever. However, they have actually helped advance the U.S. as a country by exploring new ideas and areas, encountering new major problems around the world, and also exchanging thoughts to come up with a treatment or cure.
Smallpox is an infection that causes skin lesions and pox, or little red marks that can be found on all parts of the human body. Smallpox exclusively affects humans and can be transmitted just by minor contact between an infected person and a healthy person. It can also be transmitted by droplets of moisture produced from coughing or sneezing. The first signs of symptoms produced by smallpox include fever, chills, muscle aches, and rashes. After a couple of days, the fever, chills, and aches fade away, but the rash worsens and spreads. Infectees usually perish from bacteria making its way into open skin lesions. Edward Jenner was the creator of the first smallpox vaccine. This was the first vaccine ever developed for any illness. However, a vaccine is not the same as a cure. A cure completely diminishes the disease from the body, while a vaccine just delays the effects. Jenner's theory was that if somebody previously had cowpox, a disease transmitted from cow udders, is immune to smallpox later in life. He also believed that if a mild cowpox could be spread around like a cold, smallpox could be eliminated from the globe forever. Cholera was a disease that spread through water, which is now known, but many scientists thought differently back then. Everyone thought it was a disease that spread through air and saliva, but John Snow was against that theory. During 1854, John Snow was going to prove his thoughts. He created a map showing all the infections during an outbreak in England and showed most infections were near a water source. Then, he researched the other patients, and he concluded it was transmitted through contaminated water. Cholera was an extremely rare disease that had symptoms developing slowly until they are very extreme. Some symptoms of cholera include severe diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting. The reason that the disease was so deadly was because it spread through water, and most countries did not have clean or filtered water back during the 19th century. It would kill at least 200,000 people every single terrifying year. One major scientist, as already mentioned, is Jonathan Snow, who was a huge help in cure research. Eventually, the scientist named Robert Koch found the cure, in which cholera was eradicated.
Typhoid fever was yet another deadly disease in American history. It was similar to cholera, but had slightly different symptoms and transmissions. Typhoid fever may be confused with another deadly disease called typhus, although scientist William Jenner showed that they are separate diseases. Typhoid fever is caused by a microorganism similar to Salmonella. It is transmitted through direct contact, food, water, or blood. Some symptoms of typhoid illness may include high fever, loss of appetite, weight loss, swollen abdomen, headache, abdominal pain, and either constipation or diarrhea. Typhoid fever kills countless amounts of people every year, dating back to the 1500s, and it is still not eradicated to this day. But there is a vaccination, and many doctors and scientists are still looking for a final cure. Tuberculosis is a bacterial infection that is found in the lungs and causes chest pain. However, it can infect other parts of the bodies as well, such as your brain, kidney, or sometimes in rare cases, even your spine. Tuberculosis, also known as TB, is primarily an airborne disease, which means that it is transmitted through the air. However, it can also spread from person to person through natural actions such as sneezing and laughing, and sometimes even speaking. This shows how easy it is to catch TB. Early symptoms of tuberculosis consist of weight loss, night sweats, and loss of appetite, which makes it unnoticeable at first. You will later begin to cough up small amounts of blood. However, TB was deadly because it would destroy tissue, which led to organ failure. The search for a vaccine began in 1882 when German scientist Robert Koch discovered the mycobacterium that causes TB, which was crucial to the development of a cure.
All of these diseases aided the development of vaccines and cures for all future illnesses. Cholera, tuberculosis, typhoid fever, and smallpox may not have originated in the Americas, but they all ended up here because of the exploration of European countries throughout history. In fact, all of these said diseases, except for TB, developed in other countries and were shipped here, along with weary explorers, new ideas, and inventions. As these diseases raided our lifestyle and population, they called for extra research and effort to end these life-ending afflictions. Doctors and scientists from all different countries, such as Robert Koch from Germany and John Snow from England, exchanged their findings to gain a wealth of knowledge about different cures and vaccinations for all sorts of illnesses disturbing the population.